Technical difficulty. It's a part of the game, Pat. We're right on the court here at Academy USA, and we just had a little bit of an incident by the scorer's table, but we are back. And if you're just joining us, Academy USA up 22-7 in this first quarter. For those that are just coming back onto the stream, it's been a little bit of a surprise here with the way that Armens have come out, but understandably so, maybe. They've locked up the #1 seed. Not much to play for here besides getting themselves into rhythm for the next few games, hopefully, for them in that playoff ride. But, Pat, for those, again, that are just joining, what have you seen from Academy that has given them this 24-7 lead?
Academy USA right now is playing like a true team. They're moving the ball around. They're running sets. They're communicating on defense. And you have to give credit to the production of Alex Smith. He's been doing everything for this team, playing defense, rebounding, and scoring. It's not an easy thing to do, especially in a long game like this.
As Cole Barton can't get his shot to go. Over to Alex Smith, who gives it over to Michael Morrissey. Goes up, and a tough contest will send him to the line to shoot two.
Alec, one thing we need to also talk about, both teams are losing some key players. Academy USA not having Coco Kishishan, but Armens missing Gabi Ajemian and Haru Tahanyan, two players that provide defense, rebounding. That's something they're sorely missing right now.
First shot is up and good. Michael Morrissey, again, one of those newly added players during the season for Academy. A nice pickup, hoping to give him some energy heading into the playoffs with a win today.
I'm not too familiar with his game out, just but seeing the way he's been playing today, he's a very active guy. He's smart, high IQ player, and he's taking on initiative to guard the other team's best defender. So this is something that a lot of teams can use.
2 seconds left on the clock. Patrick Panosi with the fake. Up. No good. And that'll end the first quarter of play here. Academy USA up 19 points in this early going. We'll be right back.
Last year was an eye-opening experience working out for 5 teams. So you know your hard work is what got you those opportunities. And I always said I'll open the door for you, but you just got to do your part. You know. And
no, that's true. It's funny because he told me that when I signed with him. He's like, look, I'm gonna get you in front of these doors. I'm gonna get you in front of NBA doors, no doubt. But once you walk into that gym, you gotta perform. I can't perform for you.
I mean, what's important for this upcoming season is just Gary being consistent and getting a chance to show what he can do and be on the court, and all this hard work to pay off from where he started last year and kind of just keep evolving to where it's going. As we talk about, G, it's about getting 1% better every day. I think that's what we need to just focus on.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
And we are back in this second quarter of play as Academy keeps their hot run going as they're up 29-7. On the other end, Patrick Panosi, I can just tell, looking at him, Pat, he wants to be a little more aggressive with the second quarter, starting down by 20.
Patrick is a scorer, Al. He can get a basket whenever he feels like it. It's just about him being in the state of mind to do so.
A little too aggressive there by Alex Smith, guarded by Fred Odiambo, and a travel violation. Patrick Panosi, guarded by Haru Nazarian, contested by Alex Smith, but he gets it to go.
That's poor pick and roll defense over there. If you see your man screen that high, you have to show and wait for your man to recover.
Nazarian hasn't been too aggressive yet, but his team up early as Alex Smith with a nice little turnaround, but can't get it to go. Rebound, Patrick Panosi. Up ahead, guarded by Nazarian. High pick action as he attacks, dishes inside to Fred. Again, Fred with the hesitation on that layup attempt, and it makes him, forces him into a traveling violation, Pat.
You got to give credit to Alex Smith for playing pressure defense on Odiambo. Again, we haven't seen too many bigs in this league that can keep up with Odiambo, but Alex Smith, with his strength alone, is able to do a decent job.
High pick and roll action here for Academy USA as Morrissey attacks and he gets it to go. Beautiful move there by Michael Morrissey.
What amount of production we're seeing from him today.
As Helliger gets it right back with a nice move of his own.
Helliger's just too fast. You're putting that pressure so he doesn't have the easy shot, but again, where is that help?
As the pace picks up here, beautiful take there by Kevin Hajar over the 7-foot Fred. As Sako Balyan, the coach for Academy, getting on his team to step it up on defense. As Armens have started the second quarter the way they would have hoped, with a little bit more energy. Great rebound there by Sarkis Kalajian. Up ahead, Sarkis brings it up himself over to Kevork Balyan, who gets that high pick and roll that they've been going into, and he gets the nice little floater to go. Great movement there by Academy.
Gotta appreciate the patience. All the shots Academy has taken have been smart, good decisions.
As Andrew Dabagalian, how do you pronounce that, Pat?
Dagbalyan.
I'm having a little trouble with that one.
Dagbalyan, Alec.
Great move there by him.
I've seen him play a couple times. He's a very aggressive defender. He's feisty. Not really known for scoring, but at that point, you gotta love the take.
Long three, no good. But Alex Smith with a tip, can't get it to go. Rebound up ahead, Helliger. Guarded by Morrissey, goes to the left, and he gets it to go off the glass.
Helliger finally gained to his stride, Alex. 7 points. This quarter, he's finally picking it up.
They will need stops on this end, though, if they want to come back into this one. As they get one there, Helliger once again pushing the ball up over to Andrew for a long two. No good. Rebound, Alex. Helliger going for the reach-in and will get called for the foul here as Hawkins, along with Nazarian, will come back into the game. Hawkins picking up those early 2 fouls, Pat. He's got to be a little careful here. They need him throughout this game.
That's exactly right, Al. You need Hawkins in this game. His production alone on defense will keep you in this game. We all know what he can do on offense. He's got to be careful. That's good
contest
defense
there. Yep, good contest by Armens, but they got to string together a few now. As Panosi, guarded by Hawkins, attacks, little floater, and is good. Great steal back over by Armens, but can't get the 3 to go. Good hustle there by Andrew Dabaglian. And another timeout taken by Academy USA. Coach Balyan is not going to let this lead get out of hand. It's still relatively close. Every time Academy USA gets together a few buckets, Pat, it seems like Armens comes right back. Even though it's only a 16-point game, or to Academy's point, they are up by 16.
Mm-hmm.
Does it feel like a comfortable 16?
No, absolutely not. In this league, we've seen plenty of comebacks out. It's a long game. 4 10-minute stop clock quarters. And especially when these teams are that talented, they can knock down these shots. You need to do your part. You have to bring your team together and say nothing easy. And that's exactly what Sako's doing.
I'm sure he's going to draw up a play here coming out of the timeout as they look to get a bucket. Something that most coaches, I think, don't utilize their timeouts enough for. Getting a bucket, trying to settle your team down, and then instructing them on what you want to see on the next time down on defense.
Alec, one thing we need to remember, Coach Salko himself was a defensive-minded person. He never he grew up in the era where they executed, where they played defense. It was tough, hard-nosed basketball. And Academy USA kind of has that identity.
Great play here, but couldn't get it to go inside to their big on the first look. But Kevork attacks, and another goaltending violation. Great patience there by Academy USA. Didn't get that first shot to go on that play that Salko had called, but stuck with it.
Kevork Balyan, Alec, has done such a great job controlling this game for their team. 9 points, 3 rebounds. He's doing everything he can.
Very under control so far for him, as Helliger attacks on the other end, will go to the line to make it a 3-point play.
Halliger just taking initiative here, Al. That's exactly what you expect from your best player.
Can't get it to go as Alex Smith rebounds the ball, as Salko Balyan instructs them to run the same play. He's looking to get that basket. Ball over to Kevork Balyan. Little high screen action. Over to Hawkins. Hawkins pulls up. Can't get that long mid-range to go. Something that we saw him do amazingly in the first few weeks here. It's his game. Great contest there by Alex Smith, and it'll cause a jump ball situation with him and Fred Odiambo. The possession arrow points to Armens. One of the rule changes this year, no longer have actual jump balls. Going back to the possession arrow as Patrick Panussi a little too much on that left-handed layup. But he gets it right back, and he gets it to go. Couldn't believe that he missed the first one, Pat, but he was just in the right position at the right time.
You don't want to get frustrated if you're missing layups in the game. I understand those are easy for him, but it's a long game. You have to keep a positive attitude throughout.
Nazarian can't get it to go. Rebound by Armens. Up ahead. Helliger so good at absorbing the contact and goes up with his right.
Alec Noah's Hawkins with those 2 fouls. You see how hesitant he is to play his true defense, going and trying to contest those shots. And the Armens is taking advantage of it. They're attacking him.
Back to a 12-point game just like that after being up by 20 points. Something that we've been talking about as Helliger attacks, and he gets it to go, making it a 10-point game. Armens, all Armens in the second quarter.
That's too easy for Warren, Alec. Easy layup, no help again for Academy. You got to find a way to control the points in the paint.
Alex Smith inside, turn around, can't get that one to go. Academy USA hasn't been able to get a good bucket in the last few possessions as Johnny Mansourian just misses. Back to Helliger, attacks, gets it to go. Warren Helliger, 17 points, 8 for 15 here early on.
That starts from the second chance rebound by Andrew Dokbalyan now.
And we're back to single digits for the first time since the first quarter of this game. Pat, we talked about it at the last timeout. 16 points didn't feel comfortable. I don't know what Academy needs to do, but they need a stop here as Helliger again. 19 points for him, making it a 6-point game.
Right now, just too many points in the paint, Alec. Armens is struggling from outside, and Academy USA just giving them easy layups.
No good again, and it just seems like Academy USA is going away from what made them successful early on. That ball hasn't been moving as Panosi attacks. Gets it to go.
Nice move. You recognize that help came, and then as soon as Smith recovered back to Odiambo, he had a nice, easy layup.
And we have about a 20-4 run here for Armens as they make it a 4-point game. And finally, Harut Nazarian ends that stretch where it felt like almost 5 minutes, Pat. Academy USA didn't get a basket.
Much needed bucket, Alec. Oh, nice move. And what
great
a
move
putback.
there and a great putback.
No one put a body on him. He's going to have a field day, Alec.
Alex Smith trying again. Can't get it to go. Approaching the 1 minute mark here in the first half. A little too long of a pass there. Approaching that 1 minute mark, like I mentioned, a 20-point game at one point is now a 4-point game with Academy USA just holding on to this lead in this first half. A must-win game for them to enter that playoff picture as Helliger again. No help at all from Academy as Helliger has got anything he wanted in this half.
Alec, one thing I'm noticing, they're forcing Helliger in the middle a lot. In the middle, you're not going to get any help. At that point, force him baseline. That way you have some time to recover. You have more help in that angle.
As Jabari Hawkins can't get it to go. 4-second difference between the game and shot clock as Helliger attacks once again, but kicks it out to Johnny Mansourian for a three. No good. Helliger looking to get his team involved, but at the same time staying aggressive. 10 seconds left here in the first half. Kevin Balian guarded by Johnny Mansourian. Switch over, Fred. Alex Smith with a long two. No good. 2 seconds left. Helliger can't get it to go. And after being down by 20 points at one time in this game, Armens making it a 2-point game. We're going to head over to halftime where we have our coach's interview with head coach Salko Balian from Academy USA here in just a second. Academy USA up 39-37.
Last year was an eye-opening experience working out for 5 teams. So you know your hard work was what got you.
And we are back here with our coach's interview with Coach Salko Balian. Coach, you guys are up 20 points in that half. I know you very well. You can't love the effort there. What changed all of a sudden for you guys, giving them that chance to come back, make it a 2-point game?
Playing one-on-one, not playing as a team suddenly. Guys trying to do things on their own without passing the ball, not trusting each other. That's exactly what happens. We're up by 20, they all wanted to play one-on-one. And at this point, I don't know, honestly, I don't know what we're going to do. We're not even helping each other on defense. There's no defense, no boxing out, no rebounding. We're just playing street basketball at this point, outdoor basketball.
This is a must-win game for your team. I'm sure it's something that you guys have talked about. They are the top of the league, right? They're 4-0. They've been absolutely dominant. You guys saw what you needed to do. What's going to be your last message to them heading back into this half?
Just keep trusting the system, keep moving the ball, and play better defense. They got to play better defense.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck in this half. We'll be right back, guys.
hooligans in Brooklyn.
Get down.
Talk about the legalize. If you scared, shut the fuck up, man. If you scared, no fear, no listen, mommy, jump hands up. I talk about the legalize. If you scared, shut the fuck up, man. If you scared.
Last year was an eye-opening experience working out for 5 teams. So you know your hard work is what got you those opportunities. And I always said I'll open the door for you, but you just got to do your part. You know. And
No, that's true. It's funny because he told me that when I signed with him. He's like, look, he's like, I'm gonna get you in front of these doors. I'm gonna get you in front of NBA doors, no doubt. But once you walk into that gym, you gotta perform. I can't perform for you.
Play here in the final week of the regular season of the AABA League. If you're just joining us once again, Pat, I can't say it enough. A 20-point lead early on for Academy USA is now just a 2-point game. We talked to Coach Sako Bayan at halftime. He was not happy at all with the way that Academy came out in that second quarter.
They got their lead based on their execution. And as soon as Armens went on the run, they decided to go away from it. They started panicking. But you can't panic. You have to play your game. Be smart. Move the ball.
After being up by 20 and losing the lead, what's one thing that you want to see Academy USA do the best?
Well, as he just hit his shot, I was just about to say, I want to see Haru Tahanyan get a little more aggressive. I know Alex Smith has been great, but I just want to see Haru be more productive.
As Haru Nazarian on cue, Pat, hit that 3.
And Alec, I just realized I said Tahania by mistake. I meant Nazarian.
Armens, again, locking up that number 1 seed last week. But a team with so much pride does not want to lose as Patrick Panosi attacks and will go to the line to potentially tie this game up for the first time, I believe, since we started at 0-0.
Panosi and Halleck just doing everything on the offensive end for Armens. Panosi with 11 points, make that 12. and Warren Helliger with 21. You got to find a way to contain their points in the paint if you're Academy USA.
Armens really top heavy here with their scoring, but it's what it's going to take to keep them in the game, as Patrick Prenosi and Helliger accounting for 33 of their 32 points here. Helliger once again getting it to go, giving Armens their first lead of the game. Over on the Academy side, what started a little more balanced now only has Alex Smith in double figures, Pat. They're going to need a few more guys to step up here. Helliger once again guarded by Morrissey. Fred just towering over with the rebound and gets the slam dunk. He's got to sit in that paint a little bit more. Less dribbling, less shooting threes, in my opinion. Just be more aggressive inside. No one can guard his length.
Just way too lengthy and too powerful, Alec.
As Morrissey attacks and will go to the line to shoot two. Looks like the foul happened right before that, and it'll be out of bounds on the side. Morrissey looking inside. Alex Smith posting up. They feed the ball into him. One-on-one against Fred Odiambo. Alex Smith with a spin. Turn around. Can't get it to go.
It's a nice move, but just couldn't buy the bucket.
As Mansourian can't get his shot to go. Morrissey. Little bit of a hesitation there. Can't get it to go. Rebound up ahead. Helliger. And he just can't be stopped at that point, Pat. You got to stop him a lot earlier on that fast break.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That wasn't a good job by Hajar. You have to put a little pressure. If he goes by, he goes by you. But you can't let him have an easy layup like that.
One thing I've noticed from this Academy team is that they are very quiet on the defensive end. The only person that's very vocal is the coach, Salko Balyan.
I completely agree with you,
Andrew
Alec. I want to
Daboglia
see a
gets
little
it to
more
go.
tenacity.
Alex Smith, easy layup there as Fred let him go by. 46-50. Armens up by 4 with about 6 minutes left here in the third quarter. Helliger once again just so aggressive once he gets inside that paint. He's up to 27 points now, 13 for 24. Such an efficient game for him.
And on the other side, I don't like the shot selections from Academy USA.
And Helliger getting fouled. Just so aggressive, Pat. One of the most aggressive players with the ball in the hand that I've seen in this league. We talked about that efficient game that he's having, shooting just over 53% from the field, 28 points. He's only taken one three-point field goal attempt, something that you just don't see anymore. He knows where his bread and butter is, and he keeps attacking it, which is that mid-range. As he pushes the lead up to the largest lead for Armens, 8 points, 46-54. Academy desperately needs to get back on track here if they want to get into that playoff picture, as Kevork Balyan gets it to go. He was an early spark for this team, Pat. Looking for something from him now.
He had 9 points in the first half to start, 11 total, but I want to see him be more aggressive. Again, take that spot that Coco had. Be that leader on the court, that playmaker.
As Michael Morrissey follows up his own miss.
You got to appreciate what Morrissey is doing here, Al. He's being super aggressive, following up on his shots, trying to make things happen his own way. One thing I want to see from him is be a little bit more aggressive on defense. Right now, Helliger, it's too easy for him. Be a little tough.
Morrissey attacking against Helliger. Good ball fake there by Kevork, and he gets the mid-range to go. Beautiful play there. (52-56) now. Academy. What we were saying about Armens, Pat, in the first half is something that we're going to say a lot about Academy in this half. You got to string together a few stops as Patrick Panosi gets another 3-ball to go.
That's tough. Sarkis Golajian came in there. He contested that shot, but just got the nice friendly bounce.
Panosi up to 16 points. Now, he's had an efficient game, too. Shooting 7 for 14, 50% for him. As Andrew Dabaglian gets his 3-pointer to go now. Just feels like Armens is kind of taking control overall, Pat. Their shooting, their defense. As Morrissey with a nice answer of his own. Something that you expect from Armens, being a veteran team, a team that is on top of the league standings right now. Great look inside by Helliger.
What a nice find. Under pressure,
And
still found a way to get him.
And a timeout by Academy USA. We'll be right back, folks, after this commercial break.
My Detroit players, Tim's for my hooligans in Brooklyn.
Damn.
Идут на запах, когда папа в будке. Братья бабеланты, они шутки. Индивиды клауда, опресны как бабки. На плече тяжелый биги, а машина мама.
Fear no lies, listen my rhythm, hands up, I talk about the legalize. If you scared, shut the fuck up, man, if you scared. No, fear no lies, listen my rhythm, hands up, I talk about the legalize. If you scared, shut the fuck up, man, if you scared.
And we are back to this third quarter of action between Academy USA and Armens. Armens is up by 9 points, but if, again, you are just joining us and just catching this game, what was once a 20-point lead for Academy USA has just completely reversed roles between the two teams. Coach Salko Balyan is not happy at all with the way his team has played in the last quarter and a half. But the good news, Pat, plenty of time here to change that around.
Plenty of time, but that starts from this possession. You want to have a nice, easy bucket, which is exactly what they get.
Big layup there by Morrissey, making it a 7-point game again. Mansourian just can't get it to go today, missing his third 3-point attempt of the game. Neither team shooting great from the 3-point line, but the one difference here is Armens just not taking as many threes as Academy USA.
Armens is getting most of their points in the paint due to their size and strength, Alec. But with Academy USA, one thing I would like to see is even though your shooters aren't making their shots, you still have to take those.
And a big pull up there by Kevork Balyan over the 7-foot Fred.
And you got to appreciate Odiambo giving him that respect. That's not an easy shot.
High pick and roll action between Cole and Fred. Back over to Cole. Guarded by Nazarian. Attacks inside. Fred can't get a hold of it. One on the shot clock. Mansourian. Again short, but Fred with the rebound. Gets it to go after 3 attempts.
You're not going to win a jumping contest against Odiambo. You have to box him out. That's too easy for him.
Hawkins gets blocked by Fred. Kevork gets the ball right back. No good on the long 3, but Hawkins with a great rebound, giving them a second chance as Nazarian can't get it to go. And a long outlet pass there by Fred. Over to Cole. Cole Barton, again, hasn't really got it going here, but he's been under control for Armens anytime he's coming in the game as Johnny Mansourian gets it to go. His first bucket of the game.
That's got to feel good for him. He's been struggling from that 3-point line, but having a nice easy bucket might get his confidence going.
Long three by Michael Morrissey. 7 of 9 for Morrissey, giving him 18 points now for the game. The leading scorer for Academy as he's got it going in this second half. Michael Morrissey, Pat, one of those guys that we've talked about a little bit here early on. A new addition to Academy midway through that season. I expect him to start taking a little more control, being the leading scorer for this team now. What do you want to see from him?
I want to see him take a little more initiative on the defensive end now. Like offense, he's doing a great job, 18 points for the game. But on the defensive end, if he's guarding Warren Helliger or whomever he might be guarding, take a little more initiative. Be a little more physical. Use up your fouls.
He's getting a much-needed rest here. They're going to need him in that fourth quarter as Nazarian gets hit in the head and will go to the line to shoot 2. Looking to make this back to a 4-point game as we've been going back and forth here in this quarter.
This is still anyone's game, Alec.
Don't go anywhere. After this quarter is over, folks, we have our coach's interview with head coach Viken from the Armens side. We'll be talking to him on what he wants to see heading into that fourth quarter. Nazarian can't get it to go. Missing another free throw here as Alex Smith rebounds and he gets it to go. Nazarian hasn't really had a game that he expects from himself, Pat, going 2 for 9 today. He's one of the more aggressive players on Academy.
Well, he needs to be aggressive, Al. He's one of their best scorers, one of their best shooters.
Mansourian again short, but the follow by Patrick Panusi. Just see no legs from Johnny early on. He's a great three-point shooter, but you just got to see one to go. 10 seconds left here in the third quarter. No shot clock. High pick and roll with Hawkins and Ballion. Over to Alex Smith. Short on the follow by Alex Smith. And with that, we will have a 64 to 70 point game heading into the third quarter. We'll be right back here with the coach's interview with Coach V on the Armens.
I mean, what's important for this upcoming season is just Gary being consistent and getting a chance to show what he can do and be on the court, and all this hard work to pay off from where he started last year and kind of just keep evolving to where it's going. As we talk about G, it's about getting 1% better.
All right, we're back with our coach's interview here with Coach V for the Armens Basketball Club. Coach, your team might not have a lot to play for seeding-wise, but you can always improve for the playoffs. Is that something that you've been talking to them about?
Well, improving for me is not just the winning of the game. Well, there is a small wins we have to take, which means, like, I want all the guys play more minutes, Game doesn't matter for us as a ranking. We're giving ourselves a challenge, and we gave ourselves a challenge at the beginning of the game to give them a lot of leads, and then when we start focusing. And so, again, we'll see how it's going to go.
You mentioned that you guys are down by 20, up by 6. What's the final thing you want to tell your team heading into this fourth quarter?
We'll just enjoy. We're just trying to get ready for the playoffs. Again, as we said, winning or losing doesn't matter now.
Good luck, Coach. We'll be right back. All right, folks, we are back in this final quarter of what is a crucial game for Academy USA in what they need to enter into the playoffs, Pat. Meanwhile, Armens, who were down by 20 points in this game, looking to improve on themselves heading into the playoffs as well.
Al, it's win or go home for Academy USA. It's that simple.
Can't get any easier than that, right?
Exactly. It's that simple. For Armens, it's about having the confidence going to the next game. But obviously, this is far more crucial for Academy.
Patrick Panosi with a long three, no good. Rebounded by Alex Smith. Up ahead, Hachar. Over to Ballion, guarded by Cole. Cole Barton back up top on Kev Ballion, no good.
That's a little bit of a tough shot, even for him. Hand in the face contested. Look for something easier.
As Andrew DeBoglian gets it to go.
Alec, I just want to talk about the productiveness we're seeing from Cole Barton. He's not necessarily scoring that many points, but he's doing a great job finding guys, being a playmaker.
As Andrew DeBoglian gets it to go. You're
What-
right on that one, Pat.
What a defensive effort we're seeing from Doc Ballion, Alec. That's what he's known for, being a feisty defender. Gets a steal and a bucket.
Inside Hawkins with the left-handed layup. 10-point game here with 8 minutes left. You're going to need to see a few stops in a row if you're Academy and head coach Salko Ballion. Could that be the first one as Kevin Hajar rebounds the ball? Up ahead, Hawkins guarded by Panosi. Over to Nazarian for his three-point attempt, and it's good. Big shot there for him.
Nazarian's shaking his head. He expects that to go in every time, I understand, but at some point, you got to have some positive energy.
Up ahead. Great contest, but the nice reverse hand layup by Hajar. Academy USA knows what this game means to their season's life. Back to a 5-point game. Helliger once again taking control himself as he gets it to go, putting him at 31 points for the game. He's just so under control, Pat.
He is one of the most controlled players I've seen in this league, Al. No question about it. And more importantly, he's a leader for his team.
As Mansourian pulls up on a one-on-one and pulls up for three, something that might be more towards his game than anyone else I've seen. It's hard, weird to say, right, Pat? On a one-on-one pulling up for three.
Barton with 6 big points in this quarter for Armens, Alec. He's making a lot of things happen. Right now, Armens just being very patient, and they're playing exceptional defense.
As Barton lost control of the ball there.
Getting a little overconfident there, in my opinion. You had the easy layup.
Kind of a weird possession there. Nonetheless, it results in a layup for Armens, putting them back up by 11.
Yeah, that was a little bizarre, to say the least. The guy had a wide open layup, tried going for the dunk. You're not up by 30 points. It's an 11-point game, or it was a 9-point game. You take the easy layup every time.
As Hawkins can't get it to go with the left. Rebound by Helliger. And a carrying violation there by Helliger. Ball will go back to Academy with under 6 minutes left to play. You're getting to a point now, if you're Academy, where you're looking to hit some threes now. Twos might not be good enough to exchange. As Hajar dribbles through the baseline, got stuck, but Armens gives it right back.
Armens may be playing good defense, Alec, but they've been so sloppy with their passes as of late, especially in their fast break opportunities.
It's something that we talked with Coach V about on that Armens side. They've already locked up this first seed in the league. What kind of small wins can Armens find for themselves in these last 5 minutes? Alex Smith with a long three. Gets it to go. One of his first made baskets from outside, Pat, since that first quarter where he started so efficiently.
He's got to keep taking them. There's no doubt about it. We know he can score. It's just a matter of being confident and keep taking those shots.
Alex Smith now up to 19 points for the game, putting him at the leading scorer for Academy. Coach Salko Balyan just urging his team to push the ball. There's a difference, though, Pat, between pushing the ball and rushing your shots, and I feel like Academy is getting to that point where they're going to rush if they're not careful.
At some point, I do think that will happen. And that shot attempt, Nazarian wide open, you have to take that.
As Fred pulls up from way downtown. Again, he's got so much size. Doesn't really need to take a shot like that, but you know, when you're up, it's a lot easier to play. As Fred gets the rebound over Morrissey. 4 minutes left here to play. 74-82. Armens up by 8. As the shot no good by Barton. Up ahead. Alex Smith for a long two. He gets it to go. Back to a 6-point game as Alex Smith telling his teammates to just give him the ball. Big stop needed here if you're Academy. As Fred can't get the easy one to go as Morrissey rebounds the ball up ahead. Attacks, kicks it out. Alex Smith getting the ball like he wanted. He gets it to go. And we're back to a 3-point game now.
Ask and you'll receive, Alec. He wants that ball. He's making good things happen.
And if you're going to ask for the ball, you better get that basket to go in so your team trusts you. As Barton attacking. And a late reach in. Ball out of bounds, though.
Substitutions. Second out of the game is number 11, Cole Barton. Back into the game is number 10, Warren Helligan.
Ball inbounded into Fred. Odiambo with the hook. Turn around jump shot. No good. Rebound up ahead. Kevork Balyan. Alex Smith once again. He wanted it and he got it. Making it a tie game here.
8 straight points for Alex Smith. What a big bucket. Ties this game. Now we're seeing momentum shift over to Academy USA, Alec.
He's on fire here. The way he started this game, it's at the moment they needed him the most, Pat. As who other than Warren Helliger giving Armens that 2-point lead right back. Putting him at 33 points for the game.
He makes it look so easy, Alec.
Morrissey looks at the three, doesn't take it, but gets it right back. Alex Smith, who's been on fire, giving it up to Morrissey for the three. And he gets it to go. Great two-man game between Morrissey and Smith there, giving Academy USA a 1-point lead with under 2 minutes left to play. Helliger attacks. Doesn't get it to go, but who else? Fred Odiambo. 85-86. 1 minute and 30 seconds left here to play. Coach Balyan asking them to look for Alex Smith. They get it to him for three. He gets it to go again.
What another big bucket for Alex Smith.
On fire here. 88-86 with about a minute and 10 left to play in what has been an amazing 2 or 3 minutes for Alex Smith here for Academy USA. Just an amazing couple of possessions here as the foul was on the ground, giving Academy USA a chance to steal it, and they do. Up ahead, Alex Smith, guarded by Fred. No need to rush here, but he takes the three. He gets it to go, but a timeout called by head coach Sako Balyan. Oh my goodness. That was as close as I've ever seen it between a timeout and a shot going up, Pat.
You know, a lot of people are going to be critical about this, but in my opinion, that was the correct call. You need to have a timeout, try to get an easy bucket. That's not an easy shot for Alex Smith to make over Odiambo.
The big man is feeling it, Pat. And I don't expect anything else here but to go through him once again. Whether or not he takes this shot, I think they'll get him involved because the defense knows right now between Morrissey and Smith, Academy's going to try and get the ball into one of those two guys.
Now, if you're Armens, like you said, they're going to take away that shot. If you're a supporting player for Academy USA, you have to be ready to knock down this shot. Whether you're Galajian, whether you're Balyan, or whether you're Nazarian, you have to be ready to shoot at any given point.
One big stat here, Pat, that just caught my eye. Armens have taken 14 more shots in this game than Academy USA. It's about pace sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And Academy USA has picked up that pace here in these last 4 or 5 minutes as Morrissey gets the ball, guarded by Helliger. High pick action by Balyan as Morrissey attacks. Gets the contact, he gets it to go, and will go to the line to make it a three-point play. They had the three by Alex Smith, which was taken away by a timeout, but they're going to get it the old-fashioned way here, Pat, as Morrissey.
This was very smart, Alec. Odiambo now is forced to play defense on the perimeter, takes him away from the paint, and if you're Morrissey, that's an easy layup you take any given day.
Creates the contact, but can't get the free throw to go. Still a two-possession game here as Helliger attacks right to the basket, and Fred. Oh, Diambo with the putback. You never get tired of seeing that. A timeout here by Academy USA once again. A 2-point game. Woo!
Odiambo is one of the best finishers we've seen in this game, Alec. What a follow-through.
It's such a blessing, Pat, having a 7-footer to rebound that miss.
No doubt about it, Alec. No doubt about it.
All right, let's take a look here of where we're at. 18 seconds left on the shot clock. 35.1 on the game clock. If you're Academy USA, you obviously want to get that ball down. Sorry, the clock down. But you still don't want to take it deep enough where you don't have a chance to get yourself a last shot, right? So you have about 6 or 7 seconds here to get your shot up. Miss or make, you'll get the last shot of the game. What do you want to see them do? You want to see them go back into the same action, or you want to change it up here?
I would like to see them use up that clock, Alec. Use up that clock. I know we talked about getting that 2-for-1, but I'd rather have a good, solid possession where you get a decent bucket rather than waste time and give Armens another chance to score.
Ball inbounded by Morrissey. Over to Hajar, right back to Morrissey. A play that Academy loves running. Morrissey attacks. And a great block there by Panosi with 9 on the shot clock. And at this point, it kind of takes away from that 2-for-1, Pat, that we were talking about. Armens will have the last shot if they choose.
You don't want to give Armens another chance at this to tie the game or take the lead. You want to get a decent bucket right here, right now.
Great block by Armens. As Coach Sako Balyan asking for that foul to give that they have.
Very smart.
A good take foul there.
Very smart.
Only 2 team fouls right now. 2 more to give here. You look for Academy to take those. Just got to be careful not to do it on a shot attempt.
If you're Hawkins now, you don't worry about your foul trouble. He's a good defender. Now you have to play defense the way you know how to.
Ball inbounded. You would have hoped for that foul, which they didn't give, and it results in an alley-oop. 90-90. 8 seconds left here to play. Balyan attacks. Layup. No good. Tip in no good. Rebound by Fred. Over to Helliger. And we're going to overtime. after what was an incredible back and forth in that fourth quarter, folks, we get some free basketball here. What a game. What an ending. 2 minutes left here in this overtime period. Pat, why didn't Academy USA use that foul to giving that opportunity to Armens for that alley-oop?
You know, Alec, in the heat of the moment, it's easier said than done. Yeah, maybe in hindsight you should have fouled. When you're in the pace of the game, it's going that fast. You're not thinking about it. You're just thinking play straight up defense. You had the lead. You don't want to risk anything.
It cost them, but at this point, you got to put it behind you. It's a brand new 2 minutes. We're back to 0-0, and you just got to focus here. If you're Academy, you have 2 minutes to decide if you're going to the playoffs or not. 90-90. Both teams headlined by some superstars, as Warren Helliger has put up 33 points over on the Armens side alongside Patrick Panosi with 20. And Academy USA, 30 points, Pat, for Alex Smith, who was just on fire in those last few minutes.
He took over in that fourth quarter, Alec. When Academy USA seemed to be down, he found a way to make things happen.
And here we go. Our first overtime period. Jump ball goes to Armens. Helliger bringing the ball up, guarded by Balyan. High pick and roll action over to Panosi. No good on the three. Coach Salko calling out a play. Starts off with a pass off over to Smith. Hawkins guarded by Panosi. Back over to Smith. Let's see if that hot streak continues for him as he attacks. But he kicks it off this time. Hajar inside to Hawkins. Who's going to be assertive here as Alex Smith in and out on that three-point attempt.
I thought Hawkins had an opportunity down low.
A little bit indecisive from him, Pat. Hasn't really been aggressive today. Great defense, though, by Hawkins. Great defense by Hawkins as he causes a jump ball. Possession arrow will go to Academy USA.
This is something we haven't seen since the first quarter, Alec. Hawkins being able to play comfortable defense. Now it's overtime. He's not worrying about his fouls.
1 minute left here to play in the first overtime period. No team has scored here as Balyan attacks with a beautiful reverse layup with the left hand. 45 seconds left here to play. 18 seconds on the shot clock. As Helliger mid-range is no good, but a foul by Armens. Hawkins with another foul here. As we mentioned, Warren Helliger has just been absolutely amazing. 50%, Pat, from the field as he gets this one to go.
That's just incredible when you look at those figures, how he's been taking smart shots. He doesn't force anything. He puts the ball down. He's been attacking, creating contact. What more do you want from your best player?
On the other side, on the Armens team, Fred, Pat, is just so big, so active on that offensive glass. He's got 24 rebounds himself. A few huge putbacks in that fourth quarter. Ball fake over to Hajar for a long three. No good. Once again, 92. 13 seconds left to play. This time, Armens with the chance to finish off the game as Coach V will take a timeout here. No shot clock, 10 seconds left on the game clock. Pat, what do you expect to see from Armens in this last possession?
I expect the ball to go into one person's hands and one person's hands only, Alec. Warren Helliger, 35 points in this game. He's been so efficient from the field. But one thing you got to give Helliger credit for, he makes the right play every time. So if he sees help coming, you know those shooters are going to be ready.
Who have you seen from the academy side, Pat? If they do get this rebound, what do you expect them to do? Would you take a timeout? Would you just push the ball up? If that opportunity presents itself, I think you just have to go for it.
With a team that scores based off their execution and flourishes off their coaching, I would call the timeout, try to run something, and get the ball into the right person's hands.
All right, folks. Buckle up. 10 seconds left here in the first overtime period. In a must-win game for Academy USA to stay alive in the playoff picture. Armens, for a team with not much to play for, with seeding purposes, has given it their all in this second half, coming back from a 20-point deficit. And the ball will be taken out by Patrick Panosi. Inbounded to Helliger. 8 seconds left, guarded by Hawkins. High pick and roll action, and this time a foul will be taken by Academy. Still 2 to give here. 4.3 left on the game clock. Ball's going into Helliger. Again, fouled. It's something that we wanted to see from them, Pat, to end regulation. They're finally using those take fouls. 2.5 left here. You got to be careful. He's probably going to go up with it. He turns, pulls up, and a block by Balyan. A great defensive play by the coach's son, Kev Balyan. And we are going to a second overtime period.
What a game. What an effort by Balyan. Just being active with your hands. That's exactly what you want to do.
A great defensive stop there by Academy when they needed it the most. Such a tough thing to do, Pat. Defend and contest without fouling a three-point shooter. Kevork Balyan did an amazing job there. Both teams only scoring 2 points in that overtime period. It'll be interesting to see right off the bat what each team tries to go to.
It is now becoming a defensive battle on this point, Alec. But the one thing I'm liking from both teams is the amount of effort they're giving in on the defensive end. That's exactly what you want.
It's been a fun one here, folks. In our final regular season week. Don't forget, next week is the start of our playoffs. We'll be here Friday night in our semifinal matchups. And we're underway here in our second overtime period as Armens get the tip. Helliger right off the bat being aggressive and will get it to go. They scored 2 points in the whole first overtime. And in the first 5 seconds here, pick up their first basket.
Hawkins not happy with himself, saying, where is that help? Taking away that shot. But more importantly, you don't pressure a player that's as fast as Warren Helliger all the way on top of the key like that, Alec.
Jabari Hawkins has just not got into rhythm here, Pat, with those foul trouble issues that he's had. And I believe, is that his 5th personal foul now? It is. But on the other side, Michael Morrissey getting an opportunity to come back into the game. He's been great for them offensively. Alex Smith gets it to go. Picking up right where he left off in that fourth quarter, Pat. It has just been an incredible back and forth in the last 8 or so minutes. Going all the way back from the 5-minute mark in the fourth quarter. 95-95, Helliger, reverse layup, no good. Fred, pump fake, goes up with it, and he was in the paint for a while there, Pat. Gets away with a 3-second call. Morrissey, high pick and roll action with Alex Smith. Over to Balyan. Balyan with a jab, attacks to his left, and a beautiful layup there. 97-97. 1 minute left to play.
What a production from Kevork Balyan, Alex. 17 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. He's doing everything for his team.
Mansourian thought about it. Pump fake. Helliger, a lot of contact, will go to the line to shoot 2. 97-97.
Nazarian confused on that foul, but at the end of the day, you can't slap the guy's arm as he's going up. It doesn't matter if you touch ball.
Helliger gets the first one to go. 98-97 with 44 seconds left on the game clock. It's going to be interesting to see how this plays out for Academy. Enough time to go for 2 for 1 here. You just want to get yourself a good opportunity, though. As another high pick and roll happens up top. Balyan attacks, spins. A lot of contact. No foul. About a 6-second difference between the game and shot clock. Do you foul? It doesn't seem like Academy is going to take that route.
That sounded like a lot of contact back there, Al, but you have to play on.
Helliger, no good. And an over-the-back foul call by Fred. Armens picking up that foul. A good call there, rewarding the box out for Academy, giving them one more chance here to either tie or take the lead with 10.9 seconds left to play. Pat, if I'm Academy, you got to find a way to get that ball into Alex Smith's hands. As we have a timeout from Academy, I expect Coach Salko Balyan to draw up something that's going to either get the ball into his hands or use some kind of action with him. What a game here, folks. 97-99 in our second overtime period. It's been a great one.
It's just been an epic battle. Both teams, they want to end this off on the right note. But it's just so difficult, Alec. I mean, if you're Armens, can you contain Alex Smith just a little bit longer? He's had some big buckets. But doing that means you're forcing your big to come out of the paint, where he's been such a great help defender.
3 fouls to give on the Armens side. And that's exactly what they plan to do, as Patrick Panosi lets the referee know to expect a foul call here. It's something that players usually do, Pat, letting the refs know so they get the benefit in case the guy was potentially going up for a shot attempt.
Absolutely.
Academy inbounds the ball. A double team. But Alex Smith gets the ball for a long 3. No good. Out of bounds. And it'll go to Armens. Still time left to play here. 4 seconds. A quick foul is needed.
That was a good look by Alex Smith. A little far, but it was still a good look nonetheless. You live with that.
1.1 going off the clock there. You got to foul quickly if you're Armens the minute the man gets the ball. And a foul called, another second off the clock. The next foul will send Armens to the free throw line as Academy USA cannot pick up the foul in what was an amazing game from both sides. Armens coming back from a 20-point deficit in an impressive game for them, in a game that didn't mean much for them.
What a performance.
Very, very solid. And that will end the hopes for Academy USA to make the playoffs. We will be joined next by our player of the game, Warren Helliger, with 40 points in this one. We'll be right back with that interview. All right, folks, we are back with our player of the game. It wasn't going to be anyone else, Warren. 40 points in this one. We've been talking about it all day long. A game that didn't really mean much seeding-wise, but you guys acted like this was a must-win in a way. What was the mentality for you and the team?
I mean, it's easy. We just compete, bro. Like, it's basketball. If you're going to play basketball, play hard. Respect the game. They came out hard. It was a great game. You know, they was fighting for their lives, so we had to wake up. We started off slow, but we finished strong, so that's fine.
A 20-point deficit at one point. You guys picked up that W in 2 overtimes. You're heading into the playoffs now. What's one thing that you guys as the top seed want to make sure going into the playoff picture now?
I mean, the seedings don't really matter. You lose, you go home. So we're going to compete, play hard, stay focused, and hopefully win. That's it.
Good luck for the rest of the playoffs, man. Great game. Warren Helliger, our player of the game, with 40 points today for Armens. We'll be back for our next game in just a bit, guys.